And I think now that they've got that out of the way and they're going to focus a lot of their preparations on that first game, they might struggle a little bit. But I still did side with FUT Esports. A lot of you guys at home didn't.
Yeah, 18% is not a whole lot. And I think I can understand why Reply Totem would be considered as a favorite by most. I mean, you know, considering their fantastic journey at Mobile Masters, taking the whole event home, plus their history, right? Whether it's in international events or in the EMEA BSC, they've been the better team. But right now, looking at their form and how desperately they want those points, I feel like FUT might just narrowly out-edge them, but there's only going to be one way to find out. Our draft is coming through here for field goal. Shelly is banned, and that puts a smile right on my face.
It puts a smile on mine as well. I'm sure you'll be pleased to see Nita banned out of the way as well, because I know how much you hate that brawler. Bonnie going to be the first pick, though. I do like it. We saw it in that previous set of Brawl Ball as well. Didn't really work out, but obviously with it being a different map, should be a little bit of a different style to it, let's say. Willow coming in next from Reply Totem, followed by a Stu, so they got a bit of throw, they got a bit of mobility. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. I think that the Stu is going to be able to just give them a good fight, no matter what position, no matter what matchup he ends up having. Just very versatile to that extent. Willow, I'm not as much of a fan of, but we did see some good plays with it. And we know how strong it can be in Brawl Ball. If you pass the ball to your opponent, then mind control him. You can literally just walk it in, and there's not all that much your opposition can do about it.
Yeah, well, we know how dangerous this Edgar has been. In the hands of Semantic a little bit earlier on in their first game against SK Gaming. So really nice pick from them, and they have a lot of faith in this brawler. So if they've had faith in it and if they played as well as they did earlier with it, I have faith in it as well. FUT Esports with their last pick coming in now, though. Question of what it's going to be. Surely going to be a side laner to playing Bonnie through that mid, and with Willow, it's going to be difficult to contest. But they can go with the Sam, play that tanky unit along with an aggressive assassin such as Edgar. I don't mind it, but also Reply Totem with this last pick should have a good answer.
Yeah, this sounds like Lana, you know, was tired of playing Tick and Pam and those brawlers that you didn't really used to know him for, and he's going for one of his iconic picks. I don't know how it's going to work out, though. Sam is a brawler we don't see a whole lot in competitive at the moment. And Primo, it's one way to deal with it for sure.
Well, you know, we did see an Edgar do decent against Primo a little bit earlier on, obviously with Semantic playing it still. But Sam, probably not going to do the best against Primo, so they're going to have to try and get these matchups right. Ensure that they get the moments right as well. Edgar's got to jump on Willow when she doesn't have a super. Same with Primo. There can be issues, and obviously the mobility of Stu is always going to be an issue as well. But Semantic's got to use that range and make sure that he doesn't feed Maru, I'll say, and the same with everybody else as well. Just maintain that range. Let the tanks and assassins do what they do best on his side.
Long-range matchup early on should be favoring Drage down in the mid. It is going to be Semantic again on that Edgar, but an attempt of a trick shot there from Lena, which, I mean, it's still going to be an easy goal for FUT, but a little bit scary, a little bit dangerous.
That was wild. Like, he just left the right-hand lane and just ran as fast as he could. The play from Totem there. That is the teamwork that we love to see. But the shot doesn't get off. Semantic can't clear it, and Totem, as quick as that, even things out.
Yeah, things went wrong on so many levels there for both teams, but the last mistake was FUT, and Semantic has gone in, and Mari somehow wins that matchup. A nice gadget there, popped by him. But now, somewhat unsure of what to do there. Does have a pull for Maru. Maru does have super as well. And jumping from Semantic, but easy dash out for Joker. Another jump from Maru, a trick shot pass that's not quite gonna make it to destination. That's a nice pushing forward, trying to stay alive, but the poison takes him down before he can catch his gloves back.
This is so scrappy. I love it. It's great. Just tanks and assassins running at each other, jumping, trying to do trick shot passes. It's great to see what synergy these teams are bringing out. But a little dash down the side here from Joker. Can't quite make the play. But Lane choosing to just rotate up this right-hand side lane. So Mantis going to jump in. Going to be using that gadget to avoid it. passing the ball back now. Lane trying to find an opening. Maybe if Drake can get a jump here, they can play it through, but not connecting any shots. And does get that super, uses it to get his knuckle busters back, and Maru just protecting it now, uses the gadget but can't get the kill either.
Yeah, things are incredibly messy this game. Both sides embracing the chaos. But now there's a big chance to score for Reply Totem. Jump in from Maru, and the truck shot from Mari is what?
To walk over them. So I'd imagine that's what they'll be playing for yet again, just getting those Primo supers and dominating through that.
Well, the good news for FUT is that there was a lot of room for improvement. The bad news is that honestly there was a decent amount of room for improvement on the side of Reply Totem as well. And they're the ones that ended up winning that game. Drage is gonna fall to the poison. And now, maybe with a charge shot, it's gonna go for the speed instead. And honestly, I don't blame him. Nearly gets the trick shot in again, but it doesn't quite pay off. And this time around, he doesn't have his teammates to lock in that goal afterwards.
Yeah, Maru trying to make the 1-2 play here. Nice shot down the middle, gets the jump off as well, and he lands perfectly in time to knock him out of the way for the ball to slide through. Reply Totem take a 1-0 lead yet again.
Unbelievable team synergy there. Pass nearly goes into Drage, but Maru does manage to get the ball in the end. Sweet trick shot pass. The Nai is burning down. He does have enough HP to survive that encounter. He needs to be careful now as he pushes up, is able to find Maru. Trying to heal up, maybe a charge shot, but no, Maru catches it just in the nick of time. Another attempt there, but no one can really reach that ball just yet. And it seems like Reply Totem are in the driver's seat.
Yeah, well, a little bit of an opportunity there for Lane, but he couldn't quite get the shot off. But Drake hitting some nice shots now, followed there as well. But Primo's there, gets the jump off yet again, might be able to get another, goes for it, gets the wall broken, but a quick response from Semantic, manages to get back, and that returning Knucklebuster goes straight through Joker as well, gets some damage down, resets his healing. But still, 45 seconds on the clock, and Reply Totem in the lead.
Now this is looking great for the Italian organization. But the jump in from Semantic, trying to find some value, get some heals off from Maru. A pass here potentially could be huge. Drage does go down and now trying to get the ball, but again, Maru catches it just in time. And even though Lanai is able to heal back up a little bit and stay alive for the time being, he is playing a dangerous game. Mari should be able to, oh, never mind, not quite take him down just yet. 10 seconds left though, and that's a real problem. The charge shot from Joker is just gonna get that ball on the other side of the map, and there's no chance on earth here for FUT Esports to capitalize.
It's a team like Reply Totem who are just so organized, so good at what they do. We're gonna be heading on to Ring of Fire in Hot Zone, and to be honest, I really like Reply Totem on this map. They always seem to have some good drafts, some very calm, composed plays, and that's exactly what you need on a map like Ring of Fire, where it's just so hectic.
Draft opening up. Not quite that map, but you guys saw what it was a second ago. Max gonna be the first pick here, matched by Atara from FUT Esports. We have the Pam that follows up. We're just going to quickly go through the bans as well. We had Shelly, Stu, and Penny banned out for the side of FUT Esports. As Reply Totem banned out Crow, Lola, and Ruffs. And that is an incredibly quick draft. It's like they all know exactly what they want to be playing here.
And it doesn't surprise me either. I will say, though, you know, we saw a few missed pulls from Semantic coming out in their game against SK Gaming, so let's hope he either repairs what he had going on or if he's letting someone else play it. But Reply Totem have got a great comp coming out. Lou, incredible. And you know, the same with Max and Amber as well. Great synergy together also. But this B, Pam, and Tara, it's also very, very good. If Drake can keep his range, not feed the Lou as much as I'm sure Mori would like to get supers, then they might come out on top here.
Yeah, I like both comps. I think personally I prefer Reply Totems just a little bit. I mean, I think the combination from Amber with the Lou is just so much zone damage and control around that zone area that FUT Esports don't quite, they're not quite able to match that with their current utility. We'll see how many valuable pulls Semantic or whoever ends up playing the Tara is gonna be getting, but it's gonna be Lana. I'm not entirely sure about the Tara pick.
Yeah, I don't mind it, but maybe that's just some kind of bias towards Tara in general. I just love the brawler. Maybe that's why I like it that a little bit more, but obviously did receive a few buffs in the previous balance changes, so could still be decent and getting some good progression up the map now as well. Places those shadows from beyond. And now some great control, and Lou hasn't really had that much of a say.
And now it has Bull. That could be absolutely massive. Can find one, if not more, and it's gonna be 0 this time around, and instantly the shadow is gonna be taken care of as well. Maru has another super. He's gonna burn down those bushes and even gets to burn to land onto Semantic, some good value. Drage is popping off a little bit, gets a nice 2-piece, and Joker narrowly avoids that massacre. But maybe not for all that long, as he's taken all the way back to below 1,000 HP, falls back to heal up a little bit, back in the action now, though. Now trying his best to hold on to that right side, but overwhelmed by that crossfire between Maru and Joker. FUT Esports with such a massive lead at that point. Reply Totem, they have absolutely no room for mistakes.
Yeah, really nice shot there from Drake as well. He's just popping off. You know, B is his brawler. That's just how it goes. Lenane trying to work for another super now as well. They might need it to break this position. Super play down by Semantic, and that's going to heal both of them up really nicely. Needs another 3k as well. Collects it, but not manages to hit. Finishes that one off anyway. Tara Paul coming on in, gets the takedown. 10% needed. And Reply Totem should just sit in spawn. They're not going to win this one. FUT Esports take it, and that's their answer. That's what they needed.
The scouting capabilities inside of that bush are very valuable to FUT Esports. Let's see if they can repeat that success, or if Reply Totem are able to switch things up a bit.
Yeah, it's all about not feeding that Lou, and that's what they did so well in the last game. They're getting so much damage on him already. He's fallen to 1,325 HP, and both of the players of FUT are still so healthy in the mid. Lenane not really taking much of a slowdown from that either, because of the heal from the speed of the bushes, should I say, sorry, of his speed gear. So pretty much just normal speed there, but 30% already to 10, and Joker just trying to get some shots in, get the speed onto Mori there as well, but they're just going to fall back and try evade feeding in this super.
FUT Esports again was the better start, but it's not completely over just yet. Let's Reply Totem get a nice loose super into the zone, and Maru will oil down that right side of the map. Anyone gets too close, it will be quite deadly. So far, it does seem like FUT are able to build up more and more control, and now he's pushing up. He does end up going down. Maru sneaks up on the right-hand side, but is not able to set the fire off, so right now it will just be slowing them down a little bit. Reply Totem able to get some more percentages, but still have quite some miles to go before they catch up.
I mean, Dre just playing insane. It kind of just seems like Lenane's just pushing down the side for no reason a lot of the time. Semantic going to try and take down Maru. Gets the super on top of his super. Should pretty much out-heal it. Slow comes in from Dre trying to negate the value coming in, but the burn was onto him. Lenane's going to need a big super here to turn this one around, because Reply Totem are now the ones in control. They have the lead and they have the control.
Yeah, it was a bit of an uphill battle until now, but it seems like Reply Totem really have found their groove. Question is, can they keep chaining those supers? Seems like we'll get another freeze onto that zone, and that basically means that FUT Esports can't even get close to it. The healing station is going to last for about a quarter of a second. Everyone is low on the side of Reply Totem, and that might be the saving grace, but another super for Maori slows down the progress that FUT can do, and Reply Totem are getting percentage after percentage in the meantime. Final team wipe.
Or they're going to be 2 sets down and maybe even beyond repair. I feel like Lenane just needs to try and connect a few more of these supers, be a little bit more cautious with his positioning and stuff like that, but he's going to go left side this time, and I actually kind of like it. Instant control, as they weren't expecting it.
Yeah, the little change compared to his routine in the previous 2 games was more than enough to catch them off guard and capitalize. A freeze will come down at last. Drake's also low HP. They want to clear him up, but he's staying alive for so long. Luckily for Reply Totem, the charge shot did not come through in time.
Oh dear.
And they were able to take him out. It's been quite scrappy but FUT Esports with a little bit more control are able to build up a healthy early lead.
Yeah, Linane lucky that they did have control anyway, and that Tara Super didn't really mean too much. Staying in control, Drage picks up the right-hand side as well. Semantic can just sit narrowly on this zone, and Linane still getting the left-hand side taken down as well. So really nice stuff from FUT Esports so far. But they had this lead before, and they lost it just as fast.
It's a very valid point. Joker struggling on the left. The Tara Pool is going to seal the deal. Linane gets healed up in the meantime, is able to get a kill, and pretty much gets out of there untouched as the Tara Shadow nearly fully heals him back up, and it's a problem. They need to deal with it, but another pull comes through, and that's another kill, another Shadow. And then now getting in.
Good.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's great chip damage, you know, and you're happy to trade that damage off as well because you have a healing station that heals you back up. Your opponents don't. So a lot of value to be found there, and I think he did a fantastic job. Moving on to Crystal Arcade here for Gem Grab at set number 3. There's lots of things we can expect to see here. Whether it's down in the mid, we have some sharpshooter ideas that are very popular, but I was about to get to it. My favorite option is going to be this 2, the Speed Zone. Just incredibly useful as a whole, very versatile as well, and just that extra mobility is perfect for a mid that is just a little bit more closed off than on certain other Gem Grab maps.
Yeah, and I mean, with Max Band out of the way as well, pretty much the only mobility you're going to get, so I like it. I do like it. Spike going to come in next from Reply Totem. It's just one of those versatile picks. You know, you're never really going to have a bad matchup, but a lot of the time you're never going to really have an extremely good matchup unless they play into your hands with the draft. Penny following up after that as well. I think more of the same. You know, it's just very, very solid. Placing the mortar down, salty barrel in people's faces. It pretty much adds a 4th man.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Penny so far today. It was one of the brawlers we saw by far the most in the last couple months. It did get nerfed month after month, or rather balance change after balance change. So it's not quite what it used to be, but it's still in a good place if placed right. We'll see another Jessie. Like, I think so far in EMEA, we've seen more Jessie than Penny, which is pretty crazy to me.
Yeah, well, I do like a Jessie, I must say. I feel like it's a very, very solid pick on quite a lot of these maps. Crystal Arcade, I don't know if it's really necessarily one of the ones where we've seen it, so I'm still intrigued to see if it's going to be having enough of a say as I kind of hope it does. Because Spike and Penny, obviously you got the life plant, you got the salty barrel, the mortar, a lot of things you can bounce off, which is going to be very, very good. We're going to see the M's coming in as well. Now we're back to Reply Totem for their last pick. Semantic blown as a kiss. I'm not sure if I'm a little bit scared of that or if I enjoyed it.
I'm not sure. It's up to your own interpretation. But we, as a final pick here, I like quite a bit. Seems a bit more normal than, you know, like the Jessie, for instance, which I'm assuming then would be played lane and Stu mid, or because really FUT Esports went with 3 different potential mids, although I mean Ems is the least likely to be mid, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I think Jessie's probably going to be slotting into that mid versus that B, I'd imagine, Penny down one of these sides. It's just whether or not the Penny's going to get value. It's going to need control because there's no wall break except from the Stu, so he's pretty much going to be choosing what gets broken and if it does at all, because he might have brought Speed Zone in.
Yeah, you were right.
He did, I mean,
yeah. I was just like, it takes a second, you know, and there's so many different mid options to really understand what the idea is behind it. But so far, the idea seems to be working quite well for Reply Totem because they have so much mid presence, and it is something I like quite a bit in a draft, that you can go for comps like this where potentially, depending on what your opponent's draft, you can switch gem carrier, and it's something we're seeing more and more often, and that might be something to consider, considering how awful of a start things are right now for FUT Esports. Reply Totem just in a really good position. Can FUT Esports find an opening?
Yeah, obviously with this fertilizer, it's going to be quite good down the lane if you just get these heals off against pretty much any of these, especially when Semantic wants to go aggressive, but they seem to just be in such a clump. 2 gems dropped on the fall there as well, and 1 more from mid. It's going to be the countdown starting, and Reply Totem as quick as that. 10-0 at the count.
FUT Esports with a couple more seconds to interrupt. but no opportunity really, as Joker is far out of reach. Reply Totem.
Them in gems, and the game finishes with the shortest amount of time possible. They need to make something happen. A very defensive speed zone just for this back line from Semantic, and it seems like he might be trying to pinch down this mid early on first this time.
Yeah, a bit of a different plan. 2 players mid this time around and give away that left-hand side. It does seem to pay off, at least in the early stages, but the setup isn't quite complete here. No mortar available from Maru just yet. Nice shot there from Maru, getting the shot to spread through and finding that double connection, but not able to really capitalize just yet. A 1-for-1 trade in the mid, but Lana is holding that position quite well. The turret is going to be slowing down Maru. The mortar is also enough to dissuade Rage from overextending in the mid. He needs to be careful, and he knows it. Maru gets tagged up, and eventually the mortar does go down.
Yeah, they're pinned back now, and it's pretty much even with that 1 gem on the floor. It's going to be 5-5, and Joker should start to extend it now. Well, quick pushback from Drake with some great jukes, and a swift push from Semantic as well, getting his control back also.
Yeah, Reply Totem have caught up quite nicely. And another nice pickup from Joker. Big kill onto Drage, able to steal a couple of gems as well. And nice teamwork here from Reply Totem to ensure they keep Joker alive. However, Drage finds some nice snipes on the right-hand side. Nevertheless, it's still enough for a count-on as Maru picked up a gem on the left, Joker a gem in the mid. And that's still the 10 that Reply Totem need for their countdown. A couple more seconds left for FUT Esports to try to interrupt the slow from Jesse. Not quite gonna connect. And Reply Totem run away with to make it all the way to the grand finals. That would be huge points-wise.
Yeah, I was going to say, technically, a number 1 could slot them into the top 3, right? Now they went out early as well, so they're not going to be in a bad position if they do manage to win this one. And even if they lose it, not terrible either. They might even slot into that top 5. So we'll see how that outcome does play out as we head on into Shooting Star on Bounty. Obviously, FUT Esports are behind by 1 set. This set could determine who goes to that grand finals face-off against Zeta Division. Reply Totem in a much, much better position to do so. Bands coming in. We've got the Gene, Body, and E from the FUT Esports side. Tick, Gus, and Max from the Reply Totem side. So I imagine we're probably seeing quite a lot of bands aimed at the opposing teams, considering they'll have a lot of information on each other. But Nani's going to be the first pick, and I really like it.
Yeah, I love it as well. It's just incredibly strong against Piper and any brawler that deals a lot of damage. Just because of the return to sender that is completely, I almost want to say broken. It's situational, but at this level of play, it can absolutely win you normally unwinnable matchups. It's very, very strong, and a brawler like Piper that is also really popular here is completely nerfed just by his presence. We'll see Joker go for the Sprout, as I believe Tick was banned, so there's going to be a limited amount of possibilities when it comes to throwers if they want to match that on the side of FUT. We'll see the RT as their sharpshooter option, and it's just going to be better against a Nani than something like a Piper because your damage is a bit more divided. You don't hit as hard per shot, and you can always pop your gadget later on if you want to finish off your opponent. Grom will be brought in to match that thrower energy that Reply Totem brought was their Sprout, and they just didn't really have any other options, Trav, don't you think?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it's as you say, pretty much the only throw we saw. Tick's banned out of the way. I mean, Dynamite's a possibility, and just not really good enough on Shooting Star. So we'll see Bell come in as their last pick. Nice stuff from FUT Esports. They got a very well-rounded roster, a lot of range coming in as well, but I just feel like maybe that mid might struggle a little bit if Joker's able to avoid quite a lot of these shots. We do need to see that mid grass broken down by a Grumble.
Yeah, I very much like that. Leon is going to be their final pick. It is great at, for instance, popping that return to center from Semantic. If he does use it and Maru just sprays in his general direction, he'll be taking basically no damage back. The invisibility also enables him to really catch off guard, whether it's the Grom or the Bell. even the Nani, if he gets close enough, he should win any of those 1v1s, potentially even 2v1s. If he gets, you know, say close to the Grom and another Brawler, he kills the other Brawler first, and the Grom is quite defenseless up close. The real question is he going to be able to sneak up like that, close to his own position? That is a bit more difficult to answer, but he is getting some tanks from afar. However, Semantic definitely returning them 10 times harder. But Reply Totem are able to get that blue star to secure them the early lead.
Yeah, I mean, we almost saw Semantic take down Mario, but Joker covered for him quite nicely. The return sender did almost bring him down, but we see the peep already, and if he can act fast, that might bring down Mario. I don't think he's going to charge up enough now that when he does get the heals off. But a follow-up from Lene might get it done. No shots connecting just yet, and Mario does get hit by one. Mark can be missed, sorry, by Drage from the right-hand side, and Joker trying to aggress. Not finding anything so far, but Semantic's marked up. The gadget doesn't bring him down. Return sender was popped just in case, but wasn't needed.
That kill is just about enough to give the lead back to FUT Esports, and oh my, did I need that desperately. The trouble is not over just yet. 3 stars now in their favor as they got a kill on that left-hand side. I'm not sure about that Leon pick. It was a bit of a worrying one to me during the draft process, and so far it has yet to really deliver. Joker getting absolutely melted down, and the mark onto Maru is also a huge problem. Needs to play it very safe as he's taking a ton of damage. Joker nearly going down, and the wall comes down a little bit too late. Not there in time to tank for him, and this is looking quite dreadful here for Reply Totem.
Yeah, nice push there from Maru though, and now it's only knocked down to 3, so Semantic Lane, and the game's turned around. Brought very, very low. There's the RT shot, the gadget as well. The wall stops anything from happening. The bounce is still going on. Joker's low, but Semantic not finding anybody in that invisibility. Need to go aggressive, but another one falls. RT still there for the taking. Can they get the kill? Semantic uses super, but Lane can't find any shots, and Reply Totem are going to match.
From the Leon as well to just create some space, and eventually they were able to find an opening. Blue star again going to be locked in on their end, but a neat low connection there from Lena. Able to claim that kill. Drage on the right side winning his lane. And suddenly it's again 3 stars early on in favor of FUT.
Well, shots coming down now. Joker's very, very low. Semantic's got this super. Maybe pair it with a few shots from Lene. He might be able to get a takedown, but so far, Lene's not finding the most success. Drage is the one who's really hitting a lot of those shots, and a few nest eggs placed down on this right side might be able to find some more.
So plenty of time here for Reply Totem to do exactly what they did the previous game. Good dodges from Joker down in the mid, and a nice pickup from Maori. Nest egg gets popped as well. It's the right timing to do so. So there's no opportunity really to capitalize. The wall will be used there by Joker to tank that peep, and that will give him absolutely none of his super back. A nice pickup, but the bounce shot from the bell to claim that trade, and again even things out. But blue star still in favor of FUT.
Yeah, Mark not going to be hit, and Joker throwing some shots out towards Drage. So just blue stars that are decided at the moment, so Joker needs to be very, very cautious about not extending this lead even further for the FUT Esports side. Semantic marked up, but it was a return sender, so didn't take too much damage from it. There's the invisibility, but he actually gets hit by Drage. Unfortunate for Mario, but still going aggressive. Lenane's there for the take, and he does get it, and that's the lead back in their hands. But the trade should be there. The wall perfectly placed, and he is going to survive just a little bit longer. Can he avoid it? He does, and the survival's there. Reply Totem running away with it. The wall's placed as well, and surely no chance for FUT.
Incredible Leon plays there from Maru, absolutely toying with his food, and just showing as well, you know, the power of that new gear on Leon. That extra second was huge there in getting the right position and messing with his opponent's brain. Beautiful, beautiful plays there, and that settles it. Reply Totem are going to the grand finals.
I mean, we're going to have a good matchup there. Reply Totem versus 8th Division Semantic. Looking quite sad as those points were very, very necessary for their hopes at going to World Finals directly, not through the